Namaskar. In this video, I am giving you one special assignment of differentiation class 12th mathematics. These questions will not only check your preparations, but they will certainly help you in building your skills. This is an assignment of differentiation topic. Pause the video and solve these questions, and you can see the solutions by playing the video once again. I hope you have solved these questions. Now, one by one, we can see the solutions. Here we are given that sin y is equal to x into sin a plus y, and we have to prove that dy upon dx is equal to this one. There are two approaches to do this question. Let us see them. First method. If we differentiate this as it is, okay, whatever is the given term, we differentiate with respect to x. Okay, so what happens? Differentiation of sin y becomes cos y, and then by chain rule we have to differentiate this variable once again. So this becomes dy upon dx. Now f into g, this is one term, so f into g formula we can apply here. So the formula says d upon dx f into g, this is f into differentiation of g plus g into differentiation of f. This is the method. Now let us see. First term remains same, differentiation of this sin a plus y, plus this term remains same, and differentiation of the first term means x. Now let us see. This value is cos a plus y. Differentiation of sin theta is cos theta. Now once again we differentiate this value. So a is a constant, differentiation is 0, and y dy by dx, this is 1 only, so we have only sin a plus y. We have dy upon dx at two places. Okay, these two places dy upon dx is there. So let us take this entire term towards left and take dy upon dx common. So we get cos y minus this term. So this is x cos a plus y, and now we have sin a plus y. So clearly value of dy upon dx can be obtained by dividing this term in the RHS. Sin of a plus y whole upon cos y minus x times cos a plus phi. We have seen that dy upon dx is this much, and here the value x is disturbing us. Okay, whatever we have to prove here, x is not there. Okay, so we have to do something to remove this variable x. Okay, now what can we do? So we were given that this term. Okay, so from equation 1, what can we see? From 1 we have x is equal to sin y upon sin a plus y. Okay, we have this term from equation 1. If we replace this value in dy upon dx, we can certainly get rid of this variable x. Okay, so let us do. Sin a plus y whole upon cos y minus sin y upon sin a plus y into cos a plus y. Okay, now you can write this cot also, but what you have to prove, just look at that. You in denominator you require sin a, and here no term of sin a is there. There is no term of cot a plus y is there. Okay, so do not write it cot. Now you can take LCM over here and see what happens. This is upon 1, so LCM is sin a plus y, and we get this expression. Now this LCM can be taken upward in the numerator, so this will become sin square y in the next step. So sin square a plus y whole upon cos a sin b minus sin a cos b. Just look at that. If we keep this term first, so this is sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Okay, so this is the formula of sin a minus b. Sin a minus b is equal to sin A cos B minus cos A and sin B. Okay, so let us apply this formula. So we get sin angle is A plus Y minus Y. Okay, so y is cancelled, we get sin A. Okay, and this is there in denominator, and numerator is sin square A plus Y, and we have got the same. So this is sin square A plus Y whole upon sin A. Okay, for proving this we have discussed only one method so far. Now discuss the second method for proving this. See that only one variable x is here, and rest all the terms are of either variable y or constant terms. And whatever we have to prove dy upon dx, here no term of x is there. Okay, it means anyhow we have to get rid of this term x. So if we try to keep this term at one side, if we try to isolate this term and we differentiate, easily x to the power 1 is eliminated. Fine. So let us see that. Sin y upon sin A plus y, this is x. Okay, we have shifted this term towards left. Now we are differentiating with respect to x. The formula is d differentiation of f upon g is equal to g square differentiation of f into g minus differentiation of g and then into f. Okay, this formula we are going to apply. So f upon g, sin square a plus y as it is differentiation of sin y minus sin y outside and differentiation of sin a plus y. This is equal to differentiation of x, and this is 1. Now further simplify. Now we see that dy upon dx can be taken common. So we get sin a plus y into cos y minus sin y into cos a plus phi. This is equal to sin square a plus y. Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Okay, we know this is the formula. So let us apply. This is the formula of sin a minus b. So a is first angle and b is second angle. So y cancel. So dy upon dx into this is equal to sin square a plus phi. Okay, so we have only sin a. So we see that dy upon dx will actually be equal to sin square a plus y whole upon sin a. Okay guys, and this is what we have to prove. So you saw there are two approaches. These approaches are differ because of the thinking process. Okay, that is what I want to focus. If you do any question, your thinking process also simultaneously go on. Fine. In this question we are given a function in this form, and now see this is actually infinite terms. Okay, this 3 dots means it is going up to infinity. Okay, this is a way of repeating any sequence or series up to infinite terms. If we leave this one y, now think about this. Okay, this is also infinite terms. Okay, so we can also say that this is also phi, because from ocean if we take one bucket of water, then obviously the remaining is also an ocean. So similarly from infinite terms, if we have taken one term, okay, then remaining term also are infinite only. Okay, so this value is also y. So hence we get y is equal to root x plus y. Now we can apply a few methods. We can square sides or we can take logarithms. There are two methods available here. So let us square both the sides. We get a y square is equal to x plus y, or y square minus y is equal to x. Now on differentiating with respect to x, what we get? Differentiation of y square is 2y and dy by dx, minus differentiation of y is dy by dx, and here it is 1. Now dy upon dx is common. So 2y minus 1 is equal to 1. So dy upon dx is equal to 1 upon 2y minus 1. Okay guys, now in the same question, if you are given that prove dy upon dx is equal to y upon 2x plus y, if you have to prove this, okay, then nowhere you are getting any answer. Okay, then you have to again apply that critical thinking. That critical thinking says that here you have x and y both, and here you have only y. Now focus on this term. What we have to prove is y upon 2x plus y. Let us see, if we put the value of x from this equation, then what happens? It becomes y upon 2 times y square minus y plus y. It means it is y upon 2y square minus 2y and plus y. It means minus y. Now take something common. From denominator we have 2y minus 1. So 1 upon 2y minus 1. So it is actually the same thing which you have proven. But they have kept this term into some different form. And you have to prove that form anyhow. Okay, this is one way. You perhaps thinking that from here we should get this form. So let us see, if we continue from here, how can we get to this term? Here we simply have to multiply numerator and denominator by y. Okay, why? Because it is y was there in numerator. Now it is okay. Now we have in denominator 2y square minus y. Okay, and here minus y we do not require, and y square also we do not require. So anyhow we have to use this formula to put the values. Y square. So from here if we see y square will be equal to y plus x. So let us put the value. Y 2. This is y plus x and minus y. Now further simplify, you get y upon 2y minus y is simply y and plus 2x. Okay, the same term which was given. Clear? If you are thinking, then certainly you will get the solution. Once again, if you are given that dy upon dx is something else, if you have to prove that dy upon dx is 1 upon root 1 plus 4x, then what will you do? Now, do you get some idea how to prove this? Even I don't get some idea. So let us try something. So we had proved till here. Fine. Now we are not getting any hint how to prove this term. Okay. So what is the trick? Okay. The trick here is, let us try to solve this term 1 upon root 1 plus 4x. What will happen if we try to simplify this term? Okay. With our given conditions or given equations. Here we have equation 1 that x is equal to this thing. Okay, let us put x is equal to this and see what happens. This is equal to 1 upon root 1 plus 4 times y square minus y. Now simplify, 1 upon this is root 4y square minus 4y plus 1. Okay, what is this? Try to focus here. A square, b square and minus 2ab. Okay, this is nothing but 2y minus 1 whole square. Okay, and look my dear, this is whole square and square root. Okay, both will be cancelled. So this is 2y minus 1. And look, what was your answer? The answer was the same. Okay, so it means whatever you have got, that is correct answer, but it is in different form. So many times in board examinations this happens, many times. So this is the right approach, guys. I'm telling you, focus on the approach which you have to do. If plan A doesn't work, go with plan B. If plan B doesn't work, go with plan C. Okay, you should be having different approaches for that. Okay, that's why I'm discussing so many tricks for you which can help you in deciding the right approach for the right question. Now if we have to continue from here, how can we do? Just see, we can write this term into square root and put whole square. Okay, how we got the idea from there? Now this term is equal to 1 upon root 4y square minus 4y and plus 1. Okay, look, we need to prove 1 plus something. So 1 we have got. Now focus on this term, 4y square minus 4y. Can we get somehow, can we get x? Just see, if we take 4 common, okay, then what we get? Y square minus y. And what is this y square minus y? This is x. Hence this term is equal to 4x plus 1. Okay, our result is proved, and this question is there in parametric form. Here the parameter is t. What can we do to do this question? Okay, there is one approach, one method directly says then we have to differentiate this with respect to t. Okay, so we will get dy upon dx. So if we differentiate this, we get dx upon dt. Okay, and to find dy upon dx, we will divide dy by dt and dx by dt. Okay, so here we can get this. This is one method, fine, but certainly the method is not the easier one. Look at some other approach. Can there be some approach which can quickly do this question? Just think about it. If we put t is equal to 10 alpha, okay, 10 of something, what happens with this term? This 10y is equal to 2 10 alpha upon 1 minus 10 square alpha. And which formula is this? This formula is none other than 10 2 alpha. Okay, this is 10 2 alpha. So compare 10y is equal to 10 2 alpha. So what can you say? Can you say y is equal to 2 alpha? Yes, of course you can say. So when y is equal to 2 alpha, then what is alpha from here? Alpha is 10 inverse t. Okay, so put this value, y is equal to 10 inverse t. Okay guys, now we have y is equal to something in parameter t form. So differentiating with respect to, now differentiating with respect to t, we get dy upon dt is equal to 2 into differentiation with respect to t, 10 inverse t. And you know the formula of 10 inverse x differentiation is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So this value is 2 into 1 upon 1 plus t square. Okay, this is dy upon dt. Now focus on this part. Similarly, we put t is equal to 10 alpha here. Then what happens? We get sin x is equal to 2 10 alpha upon 1 plus 10 square alpha. Now this formula is what? This is equal to sin 2 alpha. Now simplify. Sin x is equal to sin alpha. It means we can say that x is equal to 2 alpha. And what is alpha? Alpha was 10 inverse t. So we get x is equal to 2 10 inverse t. Okay guys, so differentiate with respect to t. So dx by dt is 2 into 1 upon 1 plus t square. Okay, now see dy upon dt and dx upon dt both are known. Therefore you can put equation. Therefore from 1 and 2 we see dy upon dx, this is equal to dy upon dt whole upon dx by dt. Okay, since both terms are same, therefore the value is 1. We have to apply the method, but you have to critically think about the question. Okay, so if you critically think, okay, the thinking process will actually lead you to the right approach. Keep on watching. If you have not subscribed my channel, please do subscribe and share the videos and the channel to others. Give your valuable comments. Thank you for watching.